You're back with Steve Davis. I am going to share a secret with you. I guess you said, what am I showing you? Look around. When you're going to look at a subject property, you always want to look and see what the neighborhood look like, the house to the left of the subject property and the house to the right. A lot of times if that house is not stable or look good, it throws off the subject property you're looking at. Trust me, all it takes is 5 minutes. We start off by looking at the driveway, the blocks, the concrete, asphalt, gravel, make sure it's level. Anything that's an inch or more crack or raise, you got to replace, get an estimate. You always look at the roof. Make sure it has at least a 3-year minimum lifespan expectancy left on it. So again, we looking to the right, we looking to the left as we approach the subject property. And again, it only takes us 5 minutes to check something out, make sure it's what we want. This is how you make money. It doesn't take long. You look at the steps, make sure everything is solid. You check all railings, you look for downspout, gutters, fascia board, that's the wood behind the gutters. And you look at all the blocks. We're gonna go inside, look at the driveway. I believe we gotta go around the back to get in, and that's where we're going. As you can see, it's snowing here too. It's always good to kind of get an idea of where that property line starts and stops. But again, this is the rear of the subject property. We want to look and see if it's a deal. I always believe you look at the back, make sure there's no forcible entry, because a lot of times when these houses are vacant, you don't want to run into things or people unexpectedly. Here's the deck. You look at the top, snow. Doesn't look too bad. Here's the rear yard. Now we're gonna go on the inside. I see there's a lockbox. I got the lockbox combination, and we'll go right in. All right, we're now inside. We're in the garage. Make sure it's solid, looks good. Make sure there's no real big cracks in the floor. We want to make sure it's nice and level. Most cities, they may have may be considered a violation, so you always want to make sure the floor in the garage is solid. So it looks to be pretty solid. We're going to go in. Again, I always like to start at the basement because that's where most of your damage and your money is. Again, we're going to get in and out of here in 5 minutes. So we're going to look at the walls in the basement, make sure they're plumb, make sure they're level, even. Fireplace. All right, the walls look pretty solid here. I see glass block. Whenever I go in the house, the first thing I try to do is smell for dampness to see if we got a water problem anywhere. All right, I see some water here, so we like to know where that's coming from. All right, you got a bathroom down here. We're running on. I see the water meter is gone, so we're gonna move right along. We're gonna go over here and take a look in the wash area. Glass block, 220 lines, the back of the furnace. The plumbing looks solid. I see a hot water tank, dirt leg missing. The furnace over here doesn't look bad. Don't see any light in this room, but the furnace doesn't look bad. Moving right along. Got a summer kitchen down here. I see that that's in plumb. It doesn't look bad. So we're gonna check out upstairs. When we come in these houses, you gotta always remember the goal is to make money. Not to fall in love with the house. So the goal is to figure out how does this work for us. We're gonna go in here, take a look around. Here's the kitchen. You always look under the sink at the plumbing. I see GFIs up on within 6 feet of running water. You like to see GFIs on the counter. See, when you're wholesaling, here's the number one goal. Whatever you can get below wholesale, you always figure you can wholesale it. So the goal is to buy a house below wholesale, and when I wholesale it, I'll make the difference. So again, if a property is worth $50,000 wholesale, I need to pick it up for 40 to make 10 grand. So the goal here is to look at this house and see if I can pick it up at a price where I'm below wholesale so that I can wholesale it. So if I can run through this house in 5 minutes, which we're kind of running out of time, to make sure I can buy below wholesale so I can wholesale it. So if I can do that in 5 minutes and wholesale it and make 5 grand, guess what? You've made 5 grand in 5 minutes. So how about that for profit? Again, all right, we're wrapping up this video. This is a rear room that was an add-on. I see a bath here. I see a deck. So I need to find out what this house will retail for. But most importantly, again, I want to flip it because I'm a wholesaler on this one. So what I want to do is get this property below wholesale, and whatever I can get it below wholesale, I should be able to wholesale it. So if I get it for $10,000 below wholesale, I'll make $10,000. But again, you should be able to run in and out of these houses in 5 minutes. First of all, take as long as you need. But it takes 5 minutes to look at a house, 5 minutes to figure out if you can make $5,000 or more. Not a bad house. Only if I can pick it up below wholesale is when I can move forward and make some money. This is Steve Davis. This is something I teach in my coaching classes. This is something that you can do, and you can make 5 grand in 5 minutes. Signing off. Have a good day.